There you go.
This
Now
is
it's
the
official.
phase, though.
Now it's official. Dangerous grass.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Dexter.
All right.
It's our
Paquito, Atlas, and Selena. So Honjaw definitely aware of the aggressive style that Dewa wants to play. For Dewa, though, Freya, Marcel is a bit of a constant, but the Claude very early on here, the Melissa is open.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely open.
Especially...
Are they trying to make TLID pick between the Hirara and the Melissa? Does seem like it.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna let go of the Melissa here, right? For Dewa United. There's a reason why you banned the Claude here. So that is to make space for the Melissa to farm easier, and there's no die coming first.
Just yet, Dewa can pick it up. I think they have
Limit the heroes that can make things harder, I guess, for the frontliners of Dewa United. For Itoshi, Kesu, and also Kin here with the Esmeralda. And the Jushin ban, knowing fully well that the Barats is gonna be one of the two frontliners that TLID needs to make sure that he's gonna be very impactful in the game. So, and Octa is a very known Jushin user.
Yeah, I think both teams, their approach is similar, if not the same, right? They're hiding the last two picks for their roamers and mid laners here. So they're really relying on being the impact makers between the mid and the roam. That's going to be the Novaria. Again, a hero that is rising in popularity here. At least MPL ID. 2 days, we have seen a couple of Novaria, and it's quite nasty, Urashi.
certainly is, and we know that TLID likes using it as well, right? Drichel has shown to have some pretty good shots there on that Novaria. Eudora, though, for the side of TLID. Now, both teams are banning away some mid laners, but right now, Dewa has dibs. So this might come to bite TLID in the back unless they have some kind of pocket pick they want to use.
Yeah, I think both. Lilia would be the safe option. I think it can work actually for both sides.
Oh, the high ground defense is nasty if you pair the Melissa and the Lilia.
Or do you want to go crazy with something like a... Oh, never mind. That's, I guess, the standard way to counter this kind of composition. Just punish all the dives. And Belleric is, I guess, can never be wrong to be picked here.
Well, because technically with the Barats, it's going to be a bit of a front-to-back, right? I guess the Moskov, the multitude of hits will proc the passive as well. There's a lot of good synergy that the Belleric has here with the team, too, to try and peel for the back line, to set up for combos with the Nolan as well. Not for TLID, though. Again, if it's going to be a front-to-back idea, I think the Lilia still works well for them. Along with that, though, I think another front line will be necessary, right? There's no way you want the Barats only without anyone to help out.
Valentina is also up and available. Once they want to steal, once for the safer route.
Oh, interesting.
All in for T-Fight, man. That is a lot of AoE damage and stun.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a Sicilian Carmilla, but I think the early game is going to be pretty miserable if you pick that. And Carmilla plus Zetian fares well against this very teamfight heavy Belleric on the other side. Now for...
Oh, man.
Dewa, they need a mid laner here.
So Lilia is still open. And what other options?
I guess that's it.
They're hovering over the Lilia.
Octa can play the Lunox here, but I don't know.
See, they need a lot of damage, first of all, to get through and match the Carmilla's ultimate, right? The AoE that TLID brings. But they need safety because they also Hirara. That's why the Lilia, I think, becomes the best match here. Because the Black Shoes allows Octa to be a bit more present in the fights.
I would have gone for something like a Kimi, but I understand Lilia.
Against Hirara?
Yeah, you can still get away from that. Right?
I mean, it's pretty difficult, man.
It's difficult either way, especially if it's in the hands of Keven. And I believe he still boasts a 100% win rate on this Hirara. So gotta watch out TLID. Dewa United for this guy right here. But with the Belleric, there should be some kind of like countermeasure on how to solve that problem.
Well, the invulnerability from the Hirara is what makes it so difficult. But I guess Dewa has a plan. Now, before that, though, the rotations, right, with the Esmeralda can favor Dewa. It all comes down to whether or not they can elevate the early clear from the Lilia, from the Melissa, from the Esmeralda, and set up for plays with the Belleric, with the Nolan. Because they don't have a lot of big, like, mini stuns. They have to rely on big ultimates to get the ball rolling.
And let's get the ball rolling here for day number 3 of MPL Indonesia Season 18. With a match of TLID versus Dewa United. Land of Dawn will be the witness as both teams take on each other here. Now, the mid-prio Arashi, I think it should be for Dewa United though, with the Lilia and also the Belleric. I feel like the Carmilla is a bit more slow in terms of tempo in the early game.
Yeah, not to mention, there's a lot of damage thrown at the Carmilla. The Carmilla will have to actually take some damage to help with the clear. I think you can't really match a Lilia, that's for sure. Now in the side lane though, see, the Esmeralda will allow more space to be available for Dewa, but are they going to use it for invades? Are they going to translate that to anything else? That's the main question.
Okay, so Kiss the Blue Blood on the Esmeralda. This is pretty interesting because so far, when I see Esmeralda going up against the Barats, they expect that they're going to be eaten by the Barats, right? So you go with tenacity. I don't know about this pick though from Ken with the Festival of Blood, so maybe he's a bit more confident with his
very aggressive approach.
He might be a bit more lane focused because on the Uranus he has the killing spree as well, so the Master Assassin as well. So he likes having some pressure to throw around in the laning phase before it becomes a big teamfight situation. I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, but it's all good though for Aran, especially. Oh, hold on a second, some damage. Pretty good at that. Pretty good at that, and also the lethal ignition proc. And Aran actually builds the rapid boots, which is a bit more prone to get built by a lot of Barrett's users currently. It offers you that healing too, Arashi. It's slightly effective against this kind of like losing matchup.
Yeah, you want to get some more regen, you want to be able to match the rotations of the Esmeralda. That is the assumption, but now look at this. Dewa already crawling around the neutral objective. No ulti on the Belleric though.
Now it seems like Dewa will take initiative, but TLID will not give it for free. It's going to be a reset on the turtle. That's going to be, below 50% HP on Belleric. Not a good sign. Falling Star Moon from Kin. That's already a sign for TLID to let's cycle our resources. But take a look at Kane. Taking his time, patience. Seems like the call is hovering around the turtle, but purple buff already taken out. Now Hirara is now taking his own purple.
Interesting decision by TLID. I thought they have the advantage, but look at that, Keven.
Wow. D to save his own life. Now, back to the turtle. That's going to be Zitian popping the ult. That's going to be Octa popping the black shoes, but Keven find time to find the turtle. That's going to be a kill on towards Aran. So 1 for 1, but TLID, they got the turtle.
Immaculate job by Lyoni just zoning Kane out of the turtle pit, and that gives TLID the advantage on who gets the turtle with the retribution that is as easy as pie for Keven.
I mean, it makes sense as well. They have so much AoE to throw around to really threaten away Kane on the Nolan. Pretty vulnerable. Now it's back to a bit of a waiting game. Dewa, again, with the clear, with the lane advantages in the mid and EXP lane, have not been able to really translate it to much because, again, they have a Belleric as the roamer. It can't really facilitate too many ganks. Maybe Scuffle's in the jungle, but not more than that. And because they have a Melissa, it's not really the worst of situations, right? They can scale into the late game still.
Yeah, and both roamers does not have that ultimate just yet in the early game or in the first turtle. So far, Keven has been once again getting... maybe this is like welcome to MPL moment for him in this first weeks of his debut, as we're going to take a look at the item build, but hold on a second, Kin.
In a 2v1 situation, immobilized as well, that's a stun! Perfectly timed. Keven will gladly take the extra 200 gold.
The Purify save for Ashi, what do you think about that?
I think he understands that the wave that it will be caught by his teammates. There's no really big objective on the map, so he can afford to really fall right there and make some space for his team. Now, it's going to be a response from Dewa, but they can't find Aran. A lot more decisive with the battle spell, immediately pops the flicker.
So far, TLID feels like they have the better understanding of the winning condition, at least in this early of a game. And with the Carmilla having that ultimate ready to be procced in the second turtle objective, this might be another Dewa loss here. I will see though, Zitian also offers a lot of CC, that global presence. Yeah. Gotta watch out for that.
Definitely, Fear of the Phoenix will definitely be of value, but that's gonna be a quick turtle take from Kane. TLID a little bit late to pull the trigger there. Dewa United will happily disengage, so that's a win actually for the Apostles of God.
Good moves there to spread open and avoid the Spear of Destruction as well. They're doing a great job here. Like, matching up to TLID despite the risks. It almost feels like TLID should maybe push the pace a little bit more. Because remember, Keven is on an assassin, right? He wants to really snowball and get some more kills. And now he's getting jumped on by Kane.
Yep. It's going to be Keven taking his time here. Not too hasty. And both teams actually taking it slow here. 6 minutes in, just 3 kills among them. That's going to be maybe showing the power of the Melissa. Now Keven gets to say on the attempt. Take a look at the combination now. Daytona's welcome the stun will lock Kane down. And that's going to be the purple buff for Aran. TLID, Arashi, you asked them to pick up the pace. Here it is.
They surely acknowledge that that is a necessity. Especially in the gold lane, maybe is now picking up some tempo of his own. Keven liable to getting dove on here, and the whole team is right there to cut off this turret and take it away, but Keven going for a trade on the other side.
Yeah, Keven pushing the bottom lane. That's going to be immobilized Lyoni now. Again.
ID all the way from the first time they engage it. Lyoni once again studying the team fight really well with a few of the Phoenix follow as well, but Keven, as the punisher of the group, just makes it way better for TLID.
I mean, Dewa just failed to respect the damage potential. They saw Lyoni walking towards their jungler and they did not use enough to deter him back. The stun lands onto Kane and then the Fury of the Phoenix, and from there it's a done deal, man. Everything else was just extra icing on the cake. Keven 6-0, picking up stacks on the Sky Piercer as well. Oh man.
Well, very close to that 30-80.
No, he's not going for a Sky Piercer build, Keven.
Oh, okay.
He saw the slow tempo of the early game. He did not go for it. Interesting.
Okay.
In fact, with the War Axe, it's actually a lot more sustainable, a lot more brawl-friendly laners. But Keven
Burst up now. That's going to be the turret in the mid lane falling. That's going to now. That's going to be the turret in the mid lane falling. That's going to maybe an Itoshi Kesu trying to defend. But take a look at the lock base. Here comes Keven's damage. Here comes the damage from Daytona's welcome. Doesn't land maybe. Trying to hold on. But ladies and gentlemen, in this match, the cavalry will strike first. And that's going to be Dewa United back to the drawing boards.
Do not give this guy the Hirara, man. It is just so unfair. Ever since the early